What up, man? Alright. I'm spazzing a little bit. I had some coffee. You know me. So let's get started on your reading. See what we can see in your situation. Because y'all are the aliens of the zodiac. Right? Not feeling at home on this planet. So let's use a Mystic Martian deck to get started. See what your energy is like. I hope all is well with you. We're gonna find out. we gonna know. So, let's see. Okay. Ooh. Alright, so right off the bat we have the fire element. I don't know if you're dealing with a fire sign or if you have fire in your chart. Most Aquarians do. Gotta be real. We've got a spark about us, right? Air feeds fire. So when there's a flame, guess what? Chicken butt. Aquarius is probably there. Tall whites. Uncertainty, distrust, and guarded. Very Aquarian energy. I would say, it's normal for an Aquarius to not feel very trusting of people or to feel, just emotionally guarded. We all know, I've said it several times before and I'll say it again. There's a running joke that Aquariuses were born with two brains rather than a heart and a brain, right? And which is funny because Pisces is the opposite. I do love that though about Aquarius. This way that Aquarius is a very, very specifically Aquarius is, I would say, that you have a way of intellectualizing all of your feelings until they're no longer feelings but thoughts. And then you're able to rationalize them and reason with them until boom, 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 no more feelings. They are gone. They are thoughts now. I really like that. I'm an Aquarius, so there's that. I feel that that's kind of a superpower where a lot of people are run by their emotions. Aquariuses are not, they don't let their emotions dictate their lives. They're the kind of person that they're like, oh, was that a feeling? Let me just go brush that off real fast. We're not ones to hold grudges either, which is cool because, that's an emotion, and we don't think that anybody's really deserving of our emotions except us. So let's see. What is going on with you, awful game? Okay, so Two of Cups in reverse. You may have recently gone through a breakup or even lost a job. Sometimes jobs feel like a breakup, right? With the Eight of Wands, I do see that you're focused on your work. That's kind of taking precedence over everything else at this time. Whether that's your spiritual work, your physical work, whatever it is, you are keeping yourself preoccupied with stuff. You're like, I'm staying in this mode, right? With the Magician, I see that you are manifesting great things in your life, right? The Magician has every resource at their disposal here. And so I see you as being very resourceful. And I see that, you're kind of you're in that energy of watch me pull this rabbit out of the hat, watch me do the impossible. And I really like that. Because what we have learned as Aquariuses from day one is there's no such thing as impossible, just simply improbable. And if you've read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you realize that even with the slimmest chance of an improbability, it could still come to fruition. The slimmest chance, right? And that's where this manifestation is coming from. It's like you're bringing the improbable into the probable, you know? And if you haven't read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, on my other channel, I just finished that. It's called Cool Story Bro. It's linked in the description. Feel free to let me read a book to you, you know? And it's hilarious, so definitely one worth listening to. Knight of Wands is telling me that you're going to get a good message coming through. It's like communication, right? This is good news. Something, it's like, and I feel like it's completely tied to this manifestation here. I feel like you're just kind of like working behind the scenes at making your dreams come true. You're kind of like, I'm tired of being stuck in the system where I'm limited, you know? You don't want to be limited. That's not Aquarian to be limited, right? And so you're just like, F that. I'm not going to, oh my gosh. I've never censored myself. As you can tell, okay, I just took on a nanny job. And I'm usually cussing up a storm, but I think it's starting to take hold on me. I'm like, F that. No, fuck that. Okay, let's correct that. Because I'm turning into something else. Let's see. I don't believe in censorship. That's hilarious. Oh, okay. Oh shit, you've got a lot of major arcana showing up telling me that you are on your main quest line. With the world, I see you closing out cycles that do not suit your life, right? Things that are just not working. And it's kind of this decision where you're just like, look, if these old cycles are just bringing me disappointment time and time again, why revisit it? Why go and disappoint myself again, knowing that that's what I'm going to have, you know? Disappointment. Seven of Wands. You're looking at the different paths, the different directions you can take in life. Really looking for something new. You might even be a world traveler with the Seven of Wands and the World card coming up. I do see that you're the kind of person who's just, you got built-in wings, you know, you're just like, I want to fly, I want to go, I want to do that, you know. I also have this theory that air signs were birds in a past life. Every time I'm with an air sign, for some reason, every time I'm hanging out with them, we all start doing these, like, flight motions, like we're gonna fly away, and I'm like, we were birds in a past life, I know it. So then we have the Justice card coming out, right? This is balance being restored, and I love that it's upside down, right? Because justice in an unjust world would seem upside down, right? You're like topsy-turvy. You gotta flip the script. You gotta, you know, you've gotta make, like, if you are a fair and just person, then fairness and justice will be in your life, you know? And I feel like things are being corrected where, you know, you may have been wronged in your life. You know, I see you closing out these cycles. I see, with that Two of Cups in reverse, that feels like a breakup. Let's be real. And I feel like after this breakup, you're so focused on work and manifesting a new life and really looking at your different options here, like what direction you could even take it. It's very beautiful energy. And this is where people are responding to your energy and they want to help you, you know, and on the flip script, you want to help other people, right? Aquariuses are humanitarians naturally, right? And even if the human race drives us freaking crazy, we still gotta help them, right? They're like little baby souls. And I feel that energy in you that you just, but you don't want to be in a situation where you're taking advantage of, or you're helping people that don't really need help, and then, you know, just you're looking for the right areas to put your energy, your humanitarian work, to do your efforts. For me, it was tarot, because I felt like I was being pulled in whole different directions, trying to help everybody in my life, and sometimes you gotta help them on a larger scale, you know, be able to reach more people at once, kind of energy. And I feel like this is really cool, you know, like you're really in this energy of you not just trying to help yourself, but helping others, and I really love that. That's where this justice is coming in, you know, this balance is being restored in your life. I love this energy. I'm sorry. I love it so much. It's I'm not sorry, actually. I'm not sorry for loving this energy. I always say I'm sorry, and I need to stop that. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yep. I feel this breakup energy. And it keeps showing up on this side, right? Like, so on the left side, that's usually where I look at recent past, right? On the far left. And it keeps showing up, this breakup, right? And like maybe like financially you may have had to depend on somebody, or you relied on their help in some way. Not like in a codependent manner, but like in a relationship kind of way, you know, where like, you know, if you live together, you share bills, if you know, and kind of having to restructure your life where you're no longer dependent on this energy, or you no longer, I don't like that word dependent, because I don't feel like Aquarians are really dependent on anybody. I feel like Aquarians can really make it on their own no matter what. It's just this energy of like, you know, there was an imbalance in the giving and taking in this. They may have been dependent on you, actually, on your energy to manifest things in their lives, and they didn't appreciate you, and they fucked up. They fucked up, Aquarius. I gotta tell you, they fucked up, because you're just like, I'm all the way done, actually. I'm all the way, like, goodbye. And I love that. Then your card shows up, right? The Star card. And this is where you are pouring your love out into the world. And you know what I love, too? It's the Jabberwocky, yo. It's the Jabberwocky. Okay, I love Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if you've ever been an Alice in Wonderland fan, but I love the story, and knowing the story and reading the cards helps add so much context to this. But this is your card, the Star card, right? You're meant to stand in the spotlight. You're meant to be more, right? A lot of Aquariuses become public figures because of your humanitarian work, because you're meant to help so many people on such a large scale, right? The Star sits in the spotlight, in the middle of darkness, right? They are the light. They are the light, and they're shining through, you know? With the Jabberwocky here, we see the beast is tame here, right? And it's like when you're feeling in touch with your purpose, in alignment with that, you just feel this calmness, this tameness, right? And we all know there's a sleeping beast in Aqua, okay? We all know that. And I feel like your beast is just at peace, right? That's that justice, that balance, right? The Justice card is Libra energy also, you know, and that's another air sign. Having that Libra energy of restoring balance, you know, this could be camaraderie. These could be your friends showing up and being like, yo, gangsta, let's hail, you know, let's manifest this together, you know. And I feel you coming together with your people, with your squad, your soul tribe, you know. And the Fool card is coming out. And this is where you embark on a new journey. This is where you're standing there and you're looking and you're like, you know what? I'm jumping without a net this time. I'm going straight into life, and I see you embarking on great things. Um, Nine of Cups or Nine of Hats, however you'd like me to read it. They always change the name of the suits, but the suits are always the same. I love that there's a crow there, right? Crows are messengers. And also with Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. This is like, make a wish, starshine, because it's coming true, right? All you have to do is wish for it. Then the Sun card comes up, right? And I love this because you see Humpty Dumpty is actually pulling her over that wall, right? Humpty Dumpty is like, oh, you need help, right? This is somebody coming from above, reaching down and pulling you all the way up and being like, nah, you ain't got to climb this mountain. I'm going to place you at the top. You know, that's that energy right there. And it's like, after all the mountains you've climbed, that's really nice. I feel like that's the energy that you really, not that you've been looking for, but that you've needed it, you know, like, you've needed an external support. You're so independent, you know, you're so, like, it's hard to, you know, receive help when you're such a self-starter. But this is, you guys are helping each other in this. I feel this energy of this camaraderie to help each other. Because it's not just you're coming to the top of the hill. It's, no, we all coming to the top of the hill, you know, this soul tribe energy. And we've got to let the people from the past kind of stay in the past. As, you know, as much as that sucks, there's so many billions of people on this planet. Like, do we really need to be so hyper focused on one? You know, even if it's your twin flame, I would say do not hyper focus. You know, I spent years doing that. It's stupid. The Sun card is also Leo energy, and you did have the fire element come up. You might have a Leo in your life, so you know, I mean, they might want to participate in this come up, right? And participating meaning they want to come up with you, you know, not that they want to come up because, like, as like a gold digger or anything, you know. It's not like that. It's this energy of helping one another, right, to achieve a goal, to achieve this justice, this peace. And to me, justice is that moment when you feel so at ease with life that just things don't bother you, right? You've all had those days where you're just in such a good mood. People could be freaking out all around you, but inside yourself you're like, I'm just having a good day. Like, I ain't letting this shit get to me. Or like those days when really good things happen and then you get stuck in traffic and you're like, wait, I'm not actually freaking out about being stuck in traffic. Instead, I'm going to blast this radio and I'm going to sing for everyone in traffic, you know? Like, you know, it's just changing your mindset along the way, and I feel like you've been doing this. Aquarians are very glass half full. Actually, Aquarians, okay, so if you were to ask a Virgo, is this glass half full, or how full is this glass, you know, they'd be like, it's half empty, right? If you ask a Pisces, they'd be like, it's half full. If you ask an Aquarius, they'd be like, it's entirely full. Because there's no such thing as empty space. This cup is entirely full. And if you were to ask a Leo, they'd say, it's empty. Because nothing's real. Okay, so like, there's a whole, like, there's... I wanted to throw in at least one from every element so you could see how it varies, the mindset, the perceptions here. Trying to relate to people who cannot comprehend your perception is freaking rough. So, I feel you. The Sun card is also the best card in the tarot deck. I haven't gotten to that part. There's There's no reverse meaning. It's just good. Yeah, it's just happiness, abundance, prosperity. It's coming over that, it's reaching that top of the hill, being placed on the top of the hill. Forgive me, I had to correct myself. Being placed at the top of the hill. Because it's like, Spirit's like, you've been climbing. You've been climbing, you've been climbing. And finally, I think you reached a point where you're like, Spirit, I don't have to climb no more. I've been struggling. I've been suffering. I've been doing the things. I've dealt with these karmic cycles that have just made me absolutely drained and tired and over it. And then that's when Spirit steps in and is like, oh, you tired? Well, that's all we needed to hear. Let's just help you along, and that's literally it, because you do so much work for the people around you, for everything, the energies around you, and that's really where, your work has paid off, where people may have been like, why are you helping these people? That's redundant, don't help them, and you still helped, because you were just like, I got it. It's in my nature to help people, And even though it didn't make sense to anybody else, you still did it. And that's why you're getting this reward from Spirit, because you do work on behalf of Spirit. Even if you're not religious or spiritual, I'm not religious, But the work that you do for humanity is a very spiritual thing. Whether you realize that or not. And that's why you will always be rewarded for that. It's more than just being a good Samaritan for where you're like, oh, I'm a good person, so I deserve good things. It's like, no, you're a good person even when good things aren't showing up in your life. Even when everything is bad. You still choose to be a good person. And that's where the reward comes in. Because if you're like an earth sign, they might not choose that same path, because they're like, well, all I'm getting is shit, so I may as well just be, whatever, not try to help. And I'm not saying that about every earth sign. I'm saying about my personal experiences with some. Because, your natal chart also changes a lot of that, and I'm saying specifically, though, like, Aquarians are the ones who will always strive to do right, even if nobody's looking, even if they're not getting rewarded for it. Almost especially if they're not getting rewarded for it, because that in itself is a reward to watch somebody else win, right? And not many people feel that way, that it's okay to lose as long as you get to watch somebody else win, right? And that's very selfless of you. It's very selfless. A lot of people don't understand that energy about you either. A lot of people have this idea that, it's a dog-eat-dog world, so let's just start eating each other, Whereas you're like, it's a dog-eat-dog world, so I'm gonna be a cat. Like, I ain't eating nobody. So, let's see what the oracles have to say. Growing up... wanting to grow in experience, rejection of perpetual youth. I get that. It's kind of this energy, and it is a spiritual growing up, and I would never, ever insult an Aquarius by saying that they're an adult by any means, but I would say that the way that you handle your responsibilities, even though you're such a kid in your heart, I know you're such a kid in your heart, but the way you handle your responsibilities and the way that you are taking life on right now, that's very mature. I know, I'm sorry I called you it. It's very mature though. And there's so much growth happening in you. And part of that growth is reaching up and taking that hand. Part of that growth is doing that. Nonsense. It's time to talk sense, right? So I feel like you've dealt with a lot of nonsensical things, right? I see this energy of just people trying to bring you down, and people kind of like putting down your mindset and not understanding you, or just feeling like, I feel this mother energy. I'm sorry, when I look at this red queen, I'm like, that just looks like, um, so I don't know, it could be just this energy of like people kind of wanting to bring you down from the clouds, right? Which Aquarians live in the clouds. We want to imagine 5 impossible things before breakfast, That's just the way we are. And maybe people have tried to like pull that energy and try away from you and try to force this other mindset on you, calling it nonsense or whatever. And I dare you, I triple dog dare you to not listen to them. Right? Be nonsense, within reason. Set your course, know where you wish to go, have a plan, and choose the right direction. So when you know what you want in life, you know how to be in alignment with that, right? If you want, like, I can't even fathom the kind of things that you might want because you're an Aquarian, right? And I'm an Aquarian, yes, but like I said, we imagine like 5 impossible things before breakfast, If you want to be a teacher, start taking classes. You want to be an artist, pick up a canvas and some paints or whatever, You want to do modeling, start doing them headshots with your girlfriends or whatever, There's whatever it is, whatever you want in life, there's always a first step, right? There's always choosing direction and taking that first step, and I see you doing that. So it's time to be really specific about what you want in life, because you're going to get it, right? Wish fulfillment. Make your wish. Write it down. Have your plan. Find the lesson. Discover the purpose in a situation and trust that you are learning. Sometimes, and I feel like this is in regards to the cycles that you're closing out. If you're closing out cycles with old family members, or relationships, jobs, whatever the case is, there's a lesson to be learned in it, right? There's something in everything, good or bad, there's a lesson. And I feel like you're really in that energy of taking the lessons and learning the things. Of course, I can't just settle for like a couple decks. I have to do quite a few. I like having a lot of decks to really solidify the message here. And my Kali deck is just one of my favorites. One of my friends got it for me, and I just appreciate his energy so much. But like people have tried to stifle you, because I keep coming back to this nonsense and the growing up, like people trying to force you to kind of think or see life in a certain way that just isn't there, right? People who really try to drag you back, and I feel like you're just over it. And part of this growing up is rejecting the things that held you back in your youth. There are aspects of our youth that we do need to outgrow, and I do feel this energy of you're just outgrowing certain people, you're outgrowing certain situations, you're outgrowing people telling you the way that you need to think and the way that you need to speak and the way that you need to be. And I feel like, just bottom line, you're just not having bullshit right now. Like, let's be real, you're just in a no bullshit energy. You're like really manifesting hard, whatever it is, because you're in such alignment with your best case scenario right now. Right now, where you're sitting in this moment, you are literally in your best case scenario. You're in alignment with that. Vajrakali. There is not always a need to try to grapple and conquer. Sometimes the need is simply to let go. Just because another has created a certain reality for themselves and is trying to draw you in, does not mean that you must participate. If you have the divinely granted gift of choosing where to invest your energy, be kind to yourself. See, this deck just articulates so well what I'm trying to convey here. Like, people, like I said, it feels like there's just these people who are trying to drag you into their reality or into their whatever, and it's like, you didn't choose that path, they chose that path. Why do you need to conform to it? There's no obligation there. You are under no obligation ever to conform to any other shit. Smashana Kali. Life as you've known it will change radically. Sorry, I'm a little dyslexic. Okay. And this can be a welcome release. Kali is not quiet and subdued in the cremation ground. She is wild and vital. Kali brings energy and aliveness to situations where there would otherwise be none. She brings an end to stagnation that has been depleting your life force. Spirit is hella pulling you out of situations with people who are trying to drag you down. Spirit is like, oh, you want to be up in the clouds? Let me help you up. Let me help you up, gangsta. Just give me your hand. Like, don't listen to these humans. They're just humans. You ain't like them. Let's put you in the clouds where you belong. That's really the energy I feel. And that's why Aquarians are so important in life. Like, I mean, every sign is important, let's be real. I'm just biased because we all Aquarians up in this, minus you cross watchers. I know you out there too, watching to see what the Aquarius is up to. Aquarians are so unique. And the only way you could ever predict anything about an Aquarian is in the fact that they are so unpredictable. You can only predict their unpredictability. And I think that's why I love Alice in Wonderland so much. You're a topsy-turvy person. Life is just meant to be different for you. You're meant to have a mindset that stands out from the rest. You're meant to speak in a way that other people are afraid to speak. Okay? That's why you got so much, what is that word? Audacity. You have so much audacity. It's like embedded in your DNA. And that's because you're not meant to be like people who lack that. You're meant to be show your audacity. Tell the world. Speak your damn mind, right? I feel that strongly for you. And honestly, I think this is just a really solid reading. I feel you evolving. I feel you coming through some shit. I feel you being placed right in the clouds. You've been trying to climb the mountains to get there, and it's like, okay, Spirit's like, you've worked hard enough. Now it's your turn. It's your turn. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Namaste. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.